I guess we're gonna record another Polearm Impact video today. Oh wait, what's this? No notification in my mail. A survey? What? As you can see, I've already checked. I actually already know what this is. Anyways, we're doing a survey today. Another survey video. I love these Genshin surveys. They're so funny. And I wanted to try to do another one for today's video. So that's what we're doing. Survey video. Hooray. You can take my game out. You can take all my information. Take my IP address. I hope you dox me. Okay, let's get right into it. What year was I born? Again, why does this matter? You think it's... Maybe if I say I'm like a 1900s kid, they'll have more respect for me. Because, you know, 2000 and above is cringe. So we're going to go like 1990. What's your gender? Why do you need to know? What is your overall evaluation of the following monster? This picture and this question are randomly displayed. Select. Okay, so it's where they randomly select a monster, and then they want me to judge on how much I like said monster. First one, Signora. First and right off the bat, when I first started out this game, I hated this boss fight. Having to swap between two elements and having to choose which ones are different. That being said, although it's techie and difficult, I genuinely enjoy this fight, and I think it's one of the best animated scenes in the entire game. And when you first encounter it while fighting the Raiden Shogun, it is so cool, even though I got spoiled for it like 10 years before it even came out. So I wasn't that excited for it, actually. But even with the spoilers, even seeing it for this first time was so cool. Gonna see her, and the ending to the fight was pretty awesome. That being said, we're talking about the fight itself and not the scene surrounding it. And the fight itself is fairly difficult, but it's not too difficult enough where like new players can't complete it. Although on Polearm Mail only, it is going to be fairly difficult, but on my main account, I don't find it too bad. So I think I'm going to go with somewhat satisfied. The visual aspects, everything else that come along with it is very, very satisfactory. And it's kind of one of those middle ground fights that I don't feel like is too bad. It can be a little annoying at times, but overall, it's not a bad boss fight. Please specify the reason why you were satisfied with La Signora. Very good visuals. Fairly difficult fight. Has a bit of a hard learning curve. Swapping between two elements can be a little excessive and irritating when you are new to the game and don't have the units to beat both sides of the boss. However, overall, great fight, enjoyable, keep it up. Also give Kuki Shinobu a buff, please. Maguu Kenki. I hate this guy in the Spiral Abyss. Fighting this guy in the Spiral Abyss is like my worst nightmare. Now that I'm farther into the game, it's not as bad as it was when I first started out. Because earlier in the game, bro, I could not beat this guy in the Spiral Abyss for the life of me. He'd one-hit me. But now I've kind of learned how to phase through his attacks and it's not as irritating. But when you first start out and you just have to destroy this boss, it is such a pain. Farming this guy for Kazuha, again, he's not that fun in the overworld either. When you first meet him in the Golden Apple Archipelago and he's in that neutral state and then he comes out to fight you, it's kind of cool and you get to see him for the first time. And the fact that he can like block projectiles with his mask, that's pretty awesome, I won't lie. You know, overall, aesthetically wise, he kind of looks very, very cool. Like a samurai kind of thing. I love his little mask and everything that goes on with his visual aspect. I think it's one of the more unique enemies in Genshin Impact compared to the Hilichurl. However, I get very, very irritated when fighting this boss, so I'm gonna go neutral. Although I'm later in the game now, I can still remember the days when I would fight Maguu Kenki and I was losing my mind. Please specify why you don't have a high satisfaction rating for Maguu Kenki. Very, very irritating for early game players. Can really stump you in the Spiral Abyss. Also, the fact that he can block nearly all projectile attacks can be very hard to counter against. When going in close means he one-shots you, because all his attacks literally do your whole HP bar and more. Ignore my spelling. Done. Hilichurl. Is that what? I thought these were just Hilichurls but big. I guess these are Hilichurls with a shield. I hate these enemies. These enemies suck. Fighting these guys in the open world is the worst, because you can't do anything to break their shields unless you have a pyro character in your party. You just hit against a wall for like an hour. And you just try and you try and you try and you never get anywhere. And it's just sad, honestly. Overall, I think the Hilichurl is a terrible enemy. Bro, you could go at him with a level 90 Aika, I've done this before. Level 90 Ayaka burst. I throw my burst at him. It does 0 damage because somehow that flimsy wooden shield blocks the entire attack for the whole duration of the burst. It doesn't even drop a percentage of his shield. It's so dumb. I don't know high stats. His shield literally blocks every attack in the game. Why do I keep spelling literally wrong? I could use my Ganyu's level 10 charge shot with Amos bow R5 plus C6 and it would still do 0 damage to the shield and 0 damage to the enemy. Thank you. The Hilichurl? I mean, these are the only enemy that actually gets... Bro, how can you not love the Hilichurl? It's a Hilichurl. He's the best. Bro, that last enemy was just a crap version of the Hilichurl. The Hilichurl is the staple enemy of Genshin Impact. If you are not very satisfied with the Hilichurl, I don't know what to say to you. Goated enemy. Actually, he does a cool boogie, and that's awesome. No other enemies dance, and that makes me sad. However, the fact that the enemy that does dance is the supreme Hilichurl. Also, thank you for providing us with Hilichurl lore. It made me very happy. Oh my gosh, my spelling. Overall, how satisfied are you with the following monsters? Please rank them accordingly. The smaller the number, the higher the overall rating. Wait, sorry? Please rank them accordingly. The smaller the number, the higher the overall rating. Okay, so we go 1. So my favorite would be 1, and then 9 would be like my least favorite. So my favorite out of, let's see here. Oh, 1's Hilichurl. Without a doubt, 1 is Hilichurl. There's no debate here. I don't even have to read the rest of the enemies. Number 1, Hilichurl. Best enemy in the game. He's the only enemy that has any lore, essentially, and is one of the only enemies in this game that does a boogie, bro. And that's awesome. What is a fungus? I'm gonna have to Google this. What is a fungus? I've never seen that. Fungus. Genshin Impact, not actual fungus. That is disgusting. Oh my gosh. What is that thing? I've never. Oh, it's the rent, bro. I have not farmed those. I don't even think I have the mats for the fungus. Have I killed this thing before? I must have in the chasm. I think it's a chasm enemy. Is it a chasm enemy? I have no idea. Well, that thing's gonna be last because I haven't seen it in a decade. Second, the slime is kind of goated. The slime is a pretty awesome enemy. Easy to defeat, but it's a slime. It's an OG. The slime's an OG enemy, bro. You cannot, you won't get better than the slime. The slime is definitely going to come in second place there. Whopper Flower, you know how many times I've had to grind these things? And I'm honestly starting to hate them. Specters, oh, Specters suck. Specters are one of the worst enemies in the game. Treasure Hoarders, I mean, they're fine. They're like in the middle, more like a 4 or 5 type. The Nobushi are pretty cool. They have cool designs, and they're kind of difficult enemies. Then again, I feel like the Inazuma spike scaling is kind of high. So those again are probably mid enemies. Samotrils, are those like the ones that whip up the wind and stuff? I hate those enemies. They suck. If I had to go number 3, I really like fighting easy enemies. So we're going to go with Treasure Hoarder, because the easier the better. Number 4, the Tui Skirmisher. Again, easy enemy. The shields are usually easy to defeat, so I can't really say anything bad about them. Number 5, Nobushi may be difficult, but they have a cool design, honestly. And they're probably better than any other enemy here. I hate the Samotrils. I hate the Specters. The Wildflowers, Fungus, I've never even seen before in my life. And because I've never seen the Fungus and I don't have a dislike or a like for them, I have to put them at number 6. And then lastly, let's see here. Samotrils are pretty annoying. The wind ones, the Dendro ones, they get you caught up in those things. You can't move and it's super annoying. Whopper Flower, even though they're irritating to grind, and I have to farm them like every other day because every freaking character in the game sees Whopper Flower Mask for some reason, we'll put it at number 7. Samotril, better than Specters. Better than Specters at least. Specters are just such a terrible enemy to grind. They don't drop a guaranteed blue, and every time you do grind them, you have to grind an excessive amount. And the only way to easily defeat them is with like Yoimiya, maybe Ayaka, and everyone is immune to a different element, so you have to get like 3 different element characters on one team just to go around grinding them. It's super irritating, and they have way too much health. Just a terrible enemy in general. Spectres, number 9, easily. And that is the end of the survey, and that'll also be the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more like these in the future, please consider subscribing or leaving a like down below. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching.